Hello, Fiona Whitten here, and welcome to the first of our cardandacuppas for February 2025. Wow, crumbs are already a month down in the year, and that's just getting ludicrous. Just bear with me for 2 seconds whilst I make sure that this is actually going out live. It appears to be. Right, okay, so, as I said, it's going out live, but hey, anyway. I know this is working, I'm just not sure that the, oh, yeah, okay, right, good, I'm good. Right, so, for those of you who haven't figured out yet, I'm not actually in the UK at the moment. I'm in Southern California. I was going to say, yeah, it is sunny today, sunny San Diego. It hasn't been sunny the last week really, but hey, that's okay. Trisha today was over at the Grange Chocolate Cafe and held the in-person event. Now kits have been mailed to me, but due to the vagaries of the British and American postal services, they haven't arrived. So I can't share with you the kit that they used, but I can share with you 2 things. One, a card that I've made using things that are similar, and also I do have a photo. Now I'm hoping that you can see this. I just need to make sure because I've got this in front of me and I don't know if there's too much light. Oh no, I think we're good. Okay, so this is the card, the sample card that Trisha made. So the base is pecan pie. Now it's a top fold card, which means that it was an A4 cut in half along the length. Then there's layers of Daffodil Delight and paper, some more Daffodil Delight, some more paper. There is a stitched circle. And I know that she's also used one of the Stampin' Up! Celebration items, I think, or let's see, I have written it all down. I know I did. I know I wrote it. Heart wreath is from the Celebration heart-shaped dies, and the stamp is also, I don't know if the stamp is also Celebration. I can't remember now. I don't have a Celebration catalogue, so I can't tell you. Anyway, so they stamped the heart and then they put over it the little heart wreath that had been die cut. Some flowers, some fronds, and then there was also a white label to put the greeting on, and then obviously an envelope. So that was what the sample card looked like. And as I said, I don't have the supplies yet. When they arrive, sod's law, it'll be today. I will in fact make up or take a photo of the kit and also show you make up the card as well. So this was my version with using my supplies that I have in the States. So this was the piece of pecan pie. As I said, it's half a sheet, so the other half would have been there. I used Daffodil Delight because I did have some of that. The paper that I used was from a big stack that I got from a craft store here, but it was black and white, so I actually coloured it using some alcohol markers. So I've got Daffodil Delight, a pumpkin pie, old olive, and I think that was Cajun Craze. I didn't have any suitable paper to go here, so I've just used normal pecan pie cardstock, and that was the last of my pecan pie, but hey, that's okay. I did die cut a circle. I don't have, as I said, the Celebration set that they used today, so I did have some heart dies that I brought from that same shop that I bought the paper from. Some of you will recognise them, or will know what the store is from the label recollections there. So I believe this is like $12. So I used those dies to cut my heart. The flower is one of these flowers from the paper, which I actually used 2. So I've got one on top, and then the other leaves on the bottom were just cut from other flowers and stuck underneath, because I wanted a fuller flower. And similarly, the petals were one flower plus others, and then the leaves. So that was all cut from the paper. I also put the paper on the inside and paper on the envelope. And then my Celebrate that actually came from a stamp set that I brought with me, and I actually masked it. So I used the Simply Said stamp set from Stampin' Up, and that was the stamp I used. But what I did was I only inked up the Celebrate bit in Old Olive, and then stamped that on a strip of white and created a banner. So that was how I put that card together. But I'm going to show you, as I said, I don't have any more pecan pie. So this is the kind of the kit. There's some work still to do. So I've actually found this paper that I don't have to colour from the same set that I used. Actually, no, it's a different set of cardstock, or paper even. So I've already gone ahead and I've die cut my white inner, so that's 10 by 14.4. I've not die cut, just used my trimmer. 10 by 14.4 for the front, and that's 9.5 by 13.9. Got my envelope, I've got my white circle, I've got a piece of paper for the inside. Now, I know a lot of people are not overly keen on top fold cards. Personally, I have to admit I'm not overly keen, so of course I could have just turned this on its side and just rearranged the circle here so that it was turned around and the label basically came over here. So that will give you a different look. But no, I left it as Trisha designed it. But this time around I am actually going to change. So I'm just going to bring in my trimmer and I'm just going to make a side fold card rather than a top fold card. It will look the same. It'll be the same but different, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to cut this A4 in half on the long side at 14.85, 14.9, and then I'm going to turn it and I'm going to score it at 10.5 centimetres, remembering to move my cutting blade out the way. So that's going to be my base card, like so. So my piece of, I think this is peach pie, will go on top. My paper will go on top, like that. So those are those 3 bits. That piece of white is for the inside, as is that. So I've got my white and my strip to go on the inside. I've got those 3 pieces there. Now I still do need to cut the other pieces, so I still need to cut the other piece of peach pie, and again I'm going to put the smoky slate on top. So I just need to quickly do that. So I've got my piece of peach pie, and that needs to be, I look at my instructions, 5.5 by 14.4. So I'm going to cut that. Oops. Don't think that would work very well like that. 5.5 by 14.4. That's that. And I need another piece of grey smoky slate. So that's going to be 5. By 13.9. Now I will put all these cutting instructions on YouTube when this video goes up. So that's how that will look. Seems a shame to cover up those flowers, but hey, they're only going to be peeking out. So that's going to go on top like that. So I do need to do the heart, and I do need to also do the something to create some flowers. So I think I'm going to quickly, I would say die cut, but I can't because I don't have any dies. I will cut around that, and I will quickly do let's do a smoky slate heart. It could be interesting. But I think this card, I know Valentine's is coming up in, what is it? It's the 5th today, so in 9 days' time. But you could send this as a anniversary card or a wedding card. I mean, the colours are this one is very good for weddings or for like a big anniversary. I just need to find my hearts dies. So I need 2 dies to create the actual heart. I mean, I can make a solid heart with just the 1 die, and I think it was actually quite a small one. So it was that one and that I used to create just the just that heart. But what I could do is I could do a silver one with a peach one inside. Well, I'm going to play with this a second. Just bear with me whilst I die cut this and see what happens. See whether I like the look or whether I want to actually use a different colour or change it out. Or it may be that the grey is too heavy for the card. Don't know yet. So that would go on that circle. Actually, you know what? I think it would be all right. Maybe it is a bit too heavy. So I'll die cut it again, but this time with a smaller one on the inside. And I think I might need a little bit of washi tape to actually hold it in place, just to be sure it doesn't go walkabouts. So let's put that through again quickly. Okay, so I think that might be better, like so. So that's that. And that's what I need to quickly fussy cut a flower and then do a sentiment, don't I? Let's just go for some smaller flowers. It might be easier. Yeah, for today, because I don't think you really want to be sitting here watching me fussy cut out all those other bits as well. So I'm just going to quickly do this. It's up to you how close. If you're doing something similar, it's up to you as to how close you want to go to the flower. Whether you want to leave a border or just cut the actual flower, go inside the colour. Well, I'm going to quickly do this. I don't know if I can get away with 1 flower or if I'm going to need. I think I might need another one. I think I'll go for that little one there. as much as I like all those little bits of leaves, I don't think I really want to be fussy cutting around them at the moment. I might do another one. So on Monday in Craft and Chat we did a card using masking and blending technique, and you could actually use the same technique on this card. I might do that later in the week and share that as well. Lots of ideas, things you can do. So there's 2. Some people say, well, that's not an odd number, but quite frankly, if I could see some leaves, or maybe, what do you reckon? Could fussy cut those ones very quickly. She says very quickly, and it really, actually, you know what, that one's not going to come out anyway. That's one less. And I'm not going to go directly inside all of the leaves, I'm just going to leave it. Oh, I didn't realise that one had one that, but you know what, it's just going to be a splodge on the leaf. I'm not going to tell if you're not going to tell, so hey. Let's do this quickly, and then that means that we'll have 3 items there. Don't need those bits. Let's trim that up a bit. Move that out of the way. Yes, right, I'm happy with that. Okay, so we can put the card together, which is pretty straightforward. Let's just get all the bits. So I prefer to use wet glue. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to use my bone folder on this, because otherwise that's going to annoy me with it pinging up. So that will be fine. Put some wet glue on this. In fact, I know that one's not got much in it, so let's go for this one instead. Get rid of that bit of glue at the top. That's good. So put that on. So we've got equal borders, or roughly equal borders all the way around. That's that. Now, let's see if I put that on. And that on, let's see what we're going to see. Like, do I want that flower up there or down there? No, I think I'm going to leave it as it is. That's okay. So that's going to go on. You notice that this is not double-sided paper, but it's actually quite thick. It's almost cardstock. I'm not quite sure it'd be heavy enough to make cards out of, you know, actual card blanks themselves, but hey. Right, so I'm going to put that on there. That. Again, we want equal borders all the way around, or as close as. So then we want to put this in the middle. This is where grid lines help. See if I can get it to actually look straight. It also means that you get to see if I didn't cut it very straight. Will do. Right. I kind of want to make sure that we've got the same number of. So we've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 1, 2, 3. So it needs to go over slightly. I'd say about there. Yep. Now you could add this with dimensionals or glue, but given if you're going to post it, you might want to just glue it, because obviously using dimensionals adds all the height, which takes it from a UK standard first or second class to a large. There we go, that's that. Okay, so next we want to let's put the heart. Oh, let's put the flowers on here, I think. Place it on the circle so I can actually see what I'm doing. And again, you could pop this up on dimensionals or glue it on. This one I put dimensionals on. In fact, I kind of went a bit mad with dimensionals, because there's dimensionals foam pads are holding the circle, holding the heart, and then holding this as well. So there's 2 layers, but so that sort of increased it. So this time I'm going to simply glue it. And try and get it in the middle. Again, you could use your grid paper to see. I think that's roughly middle. Like so. So we've got 2 flowers and we've got the leaves. So the leaves are going to go there, I think. So I'm just simply going to glue those on, kind of vaguely remembering where they were. So that's going to go like there. It doesn't matter if things go off the circle, because they are it's going in the centre of the card, so you're not going to see, if it overhangs it'll be fine. It's not going to interfere with the envelope. So stick 1 flower on. Actually, I'm going to turn it that way. The reason I'm doing that is that bit's going to be hidden by that second flower, which I am going to pop on a foam pad. Just 1. Like so. So that's going to go on there like that, with some foam pads. Let's be generous and put 5 on. I don't always go mad like that. Now you can put this in the centre or towards the top. It's really up to you. I think I'm going, actually it's pretty, I think I'm going to go slightly towards the top. Like so. Just need to make sure that that circle is actually centred left and right, and which means that the point of the heart should be roughly in the centre of that. Just make sure that lines up. Right, let's decorate the inside. So I'm going to put that piece of paper on here. Like so. Let's see. Try and figure out which way. I think that little flower should be that way up. Put that on there. Or you can butt that right up to the edge, or just leave a little piece of white. Is up to you again. The only problem with having a little bit too long is, there we get any glue on that bit, but it also means that you can trim it off. Oh, and make it look neat. It's better to have it a little bit too long and then tidy it up than it is to have it too short. Glue again, put that inside the card. So what's left now is to do a sentiment to put on the front of the card. And finish off with some embellishments maybe. So that's that. So far it's looking like that. Sentiment. I think I will use, let's see what we got. Happy birthday, thank you, thanks, thinking of you. I think I might do celebrate again actually. And you can see how I did that. Now from memory, the strip that I used was only 1 centimetre wide. So I'm just going to cut 1 centimetre width. A strip of white, like so. I think let's try it in smoky slate first and see what it looks like. It may not look, it may look a bit too much, I don't know. Right, so let's pick up my stamp using my block, which is not quite long enough. Use a bit bigger one, like so. And then because I've actually used a clear stamp, I can just simply see through and make sure I'm only inking the word celebrate. Now if you had a red rubber stamp, what you would want to do is you'd want to mask off the words that you don't want with some washi tape and then ink, and then remember to remove the washi tape before you actually then go and stamp. Let's see how that's fine. That will be okay. Let's see how it will look on this. So that could go under there. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to re-stamp it the other end in peach pie, I should say, and see how that turns out. Because it may be that I prefer that. Again, let's just ink up the word celebrate. This time put it close to the other end. Like so. And then see how that looks. Actually, I think I do like the grey. Okay, right. So I'll stick with the grey. And I'm going to banner the right hand edge. So I'm just going to quickly cut off the bit that I don't want. Snip up the middle of that short side and then go from the top and bottom corners to the centre point that I cut. It's just a good quick way of doing this. I'm going to put that underneath there like that. do a wood. I want that end hiding. Is that just a bit? Oh no, I think I'll get away with that. So I'm just going to put some glue on this end. Oh, that's because that's the one that doesn't have any glue in it. Silly idiot. Right, to try again. So there's glue going on the end that's going to get tucked under the flower. And then I'm going to put a very small foam pad on the banner end just to hold it. Right, so that's going to get tucked under there like so. And then that's, I might actually need two underneath that just to make sure. Quickly take that off. So I've layered two foam pads together. Like that. There we go. So that's how that looks. Yeah, I've got a messy desk now. And then what else do I need to do quickly? I need to do the envelope, which is here. I don't think this is going to be... No, I could put the flower on there, or I could just cut a strip, which means I need to just simply... Oh. I think I'm going to do a 2 centimetre wide strip down the side. A decorated envelope as well, and put that down here like that. Put that on here. So, well, only went a little bit too mad with the glue, not too bad. So that's the envelope done. So I've got a card, I've got an envelope, and all I need is some little embellishments. I know what Trisha used, and I do know that I do have some. There we go. So they use the iridescent faceted gems. I think put those in the centre of the flowers. I think I might get away with small ones on these. Like that. And then that one there. Right, so that's it. So that is my version of the Card and the Cuppa card for 5th of February. As I said, I didn't have the kit because the post didn't arrive with it, so I've made do with supplies I already had. So that's, in fact, I've made do making both of these cards. So that's the one that I've made today, and then this is the one that I made as a sample. So there you go. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing those. As I said, I will put these up on YouTube. There'll also be a written tutorial. With just basic instructions of what to do, where to glue things and how to cut things. So that will also go up later in the week, but that's it for the time being. So next Monday we've got a craft and chat, so if you want to join us, we'll be live on Zoom at 4:30. If you visit my Creating with Fiona website, click on craft and chat, the link to join, and also the actual supply list, which is quite long, simply because we may use them, we may not, and rather than you having to go off midway, then at least you've got everything to hand. So if you have the time, then I would hope to see you next Monday. Take care. Bye.